everybody, how are you? I'm going to discuss something in English today, It's about awareness. It's about self-liberation. What I'm talking about is that a person cannot liberate anybody before liberating themselves. Many people think that Buddha is something that people worship. No, Buddha is a human being. Very good human being. He was a very good human being. He's not God. He's not a creator. He's a guy who died after 80 years of existence in this life, okay, like any human being there is. Anyway, I'm going to talk about irrational beliefs that stand in the way, man. Irrational beliefs are beliefs that we actually conditioned. We're conditioned to believe, okay? And that stand in the way of our freedom to experience life to the fullest. Irrational beliefs are messages about life we send to ourselves that keep us from growing emotionally, okay? Ideas, feelings, beliefs, ways of thinking, attitudes, opinions, biases, prejudices, or values with which we were raised. You see, you're raised by a family, or actually by a community, and then by society, to adapt certain ways of thinking. You see, to accept certain ideas that the community imposes on you. And then they stand in the way at the end of the day, man. They stand in the way because they complicate life effectively, okay? So we will discuss, for example, some examples of irrational beliefs. Example one says, I don't deserve positive attention from others. You see, person humiliates the self by saying, I just don't deserve it. I don't have it. I'm not fit. I'm not equal to others, you see. It's called self-rejection, actually. A person rejects himself by wrong thinking, wrong process of thinking, you understand? In the mind, the ego diminishes itself, tells the person that he's not equal, or she's not equal to the others, you see what I'm saying? I do not deserve positive attention from others, but the truth is, everybody should actually deserve some kind of positivity if it matters to the person. You understand? But this kind of thinking makes a person shy away from doing things independently, without thinking about what people would think about him. You see, I'm not equal to others. It's all lies, man. The mind tells you that kind of lie, and you stop from doing things. Because you cannot do it. You're not equal. You cannot achieve as good as the other person does. You see what I'm saying? Someone says, all men or women are dishonest and are never to be trusted. This is another lie. Well, there are trustworthy people all over the world, man, that you can trust. You understand? Experience tells you this thing. It's not that 8 billion people shouldn't be trusted. Ain't nothing like that. Some should be trusted and some are not trusted. Those you trust, you find it through experience. Those you don't trust, you reject them through experience. But this is a lie. It stops you from doing things by trusting, by means of trusting. To do something, to achieve with others, you got to trust. Some level of trust got to be there, you understand? For two people or for others to engage in a common objective, in a common project. But this kind of thinking stops you, you know. It's irregular thinking. They call it stereotyping. You stereotype, all black people are like this, all white people are like this, all women are like this. You see, we have to look at things from individual point of view too, from their individuality points of view. One says successful relationships are impossible. You've no control over how they turn around. Well, every relationship comes up smoothly and probably distorts later on. But all relationships cannot be 100% perfect. That's reality. Okay? But this doesn't mean successful relationships are impossible. Yes, of course. There are many successful relationships that tolerate one another and that last forever, you understand? This kind of thinking demoralizes a person from trying to have a relationship with another person. You understand? People are out there to get whatever they can from you. You always end up being used. True, some people do that. Everybody looks at his own interest or her own interest to begin with in any relationship, you understand? But that thing shouldn't be only in material aspect of measurement, you understand? What I'm talking about is it can be the human value too, the friendship, the trust, the fun that you do together with others. People are out there to get whatever they can from you. No. Sometimes people interdepend. We interdepend on one another, on each other. A person is not independent. Person cannot exist independently in this life. We help one another. We contact each other. We do things together. We play games together. We achieve together. We support each other. We relate to each other. Therefore, people out there to get whatever they can is not right, man. Sometimes it is true, but sometimes it's not. But this kind of thinking stops you from doing things with other people, you understand? It limits your potential to coexist with others. People are so opinionated, they're never willing to listen to others' point of view. Who cares? You just put your points and you go. They don't have to listen to your opinion or to your outlook of life. They don't have to. The purpose of engagement in discussions is to discuss, to put the issues right and just go. It's not to convince, you see. The tendency to convince cannot agitate a person without egocentric drive, you understand? I-ness. I have to be right. This is how it should be done. People, suspicious. People are out there to get you. This is suspicious. Makes you afraid of others. You understand? People are so opinionated. So what? You have opinion about others too. Of course, people will have opinion about you. Accept it. Negative or positive. It doesn't matter. You understand? People have the right to be opinionated, to have opinions on you. Oh, you also have the same right to do it on them. Therefore, don't worry about this. Do not do things to have a good opinion from others. Just do it for yourself. Leave it alone. Some people will like it, some will not like it. Do you understand? Just keep going. Do your thing. Okay. You're about to get hurt in a relationship. It makes no difference how you try to change it. You see, relationship is not about one person changing the other person into something. It's not about submission, you understand? Relationship is about sharing diverse ideas, collectively trying to help one another, okay? So people are here, you're bound to get hurt in a relationship. It makes no difference how you try to change it. Why do you want to change it? The biggest problem is to change the relationship into something like private enterprise. You come here to change the other person. The husband wants to change the fabric, the values of the wife. The wife wants to change the husband. And likewise, back and forth. It's not about changing somebody, man. It's about sharing experiences. It's about two independent individuals connecting on something that makes sense. They share experiences, respecting one another, okay? Nobody is right in this life, man. No, you gotta do it this way. You gotta make it this way. No, you gotta say it this way because it's my way. Some people, you have to respect my religion. You gotta convert. No. Leave everything alone, man. Connect individually, one to one. That's it. This is not owning private property or something. This is just sharing ideas, sharing friendship, you understand? It's got to have some kind of freedom. Because a relationship without freedom is so suffocating. No one wants to live in it. You understand? Live it alone, man. Relax. Don't personalize everything. You're bound to get hurt in a relationship. Every relationship hurts to a certain extent, so what? But you still have relationships, whether it's familial or other things, like romantic or any kind of relationship. Business related, job related. There is a problem. Goodness and badness in every kind of relationship, man. Therefore, accept it like that. Don't expect perfect relationship because it doesn't exist. All people are out for what? You need to know. You always be number two, no matter what. All people are out for number one. All people are competing to be number one. It's a lie. I don't compete with anybody. I just exist. I don't fool myself with this kind of, you understand? Flashes, assumption. People assume. All these fall into assumption. They assume. Okay? All people are out there for number one. Well, the people who compete there will be for number one, yes. The guys who run, the guys who play basketball, football, whatever it is. People in competition. Otherwise, everybody is trying to survive. Okay? You need to know you will always be number two. You need to know. I don't need to know. I don't care whether I am number two or number three. Because I don't compare. Therefore, do not compare. Just relate yourself. If you compare, you will continue comparing yourself throughout your life. You will condemn your existence in the realm of competition. Because there will always be, you beat one person, another person will beat you. You understand? The competition continues because there's always one person better than you, no matter what, no matter how good you are. Okay, leave competition alone. Perform without experiencing competition or without anticipation. Okay, without expecting anything. Relate, learn, and adapt instead of trying to beat another person. Don't be pessimist, There is a loser in every fight, so avoid fights at all costs. This is really bad. Well, man, what they say, okay? Because you can lose. If you try something, you're going to lose. How about if you lose? So don't try it. Don't attempt it. Because others have lost. Others have failed. Now, try it and fail. Do it and fail. Don't listen to others as to how to do life, man. Listen to your own intuition into it. That's what I'm saying. Trust your ideas, your intuition, yourself. It's not who you are, but what you do that makes you attractive to another person. It's not who you are, but what you do that makes you attractive to another person. You see, this kind of thinking expects pleasure or happiness from external. From the external. Happiness is all here, you see. A kind of ideas like this in the mind makes you live life for your image, for others' opinion, not for what you want to do. Life is about what you want to do. Doing about what you want to do. Life is about thinking what you want to think. Life is about compromising. Life is about coexistence. But here, it's not who you are, but what you do that makes you attractive to another person, so I have to change who I am. Look another person. Look like another person to attract another person. You see, I lose myself in the process of getting accepted by another person. I reject myself to be accepted by another person. But once you reject yourself, you remain rejecting yourself. Okay, if you reject yourself for others' opinion, it's not you that you're living for. It's your image. It's what people think about you. It's about how people actually mesmerize you, think about you, evaluate you. You understand? Analyze you. You're not living your life, you see. That's what I'm saying. You're living somebody's life, image. Here is yourself. Here is the image. The problem is, the more they appreciate your image, the harder it is to come back to your life, because you're stuck with that image, man. You will have to continue doing that image for survival, for coexistence with the external. You've denied yourself. But when you sleep alone, you're a different person. When you sleep alone, you're a totally different person. You see, this problem will come and antagonize your life. Because two minds, one is the pretentious that wants to be the image, and the other is the real self that cannot accept another thing. You understand? Both of them conflict in your mind, in your life. Why you sleep? Sleeping alone, you figure it alone. Be yourself, man. Don't worry about what people think about you. The idea here is be yourself. That's it. Because that's the best you can be. In whatever form you act to be, some will reject you anyway, and some will accept you. Just take the risk. Be yourself. Be yourself. At least you will enjoy yourself by yourself. What counts in life is others' opinion of you. No. In this life, it's not about what people think about you, man. It's not what people glorify you, magnify your value or something. It's not about what people think about you, saying, oh, he's great, he's this and that. It doesn't do anything to your life, because at the end of the day, you're going to sleep alone at home, man. The biggest peace is if you are peaceful with your consciousness, with your mind, okay? If your pleasure comes from the external, when the external goes, you're going to lose it. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Any pleasure that you get from external makes you dependent on external instead of on yourself. Happiness comes from you, man. Joy comes from you. It doesn't come from outside. So, whatever counts in this life is others' opinion of you. No. What counts in this life is how you live your life here and now. That's what it is. And then the other one, the last one, is there is a need to be on guard in dealing with others to ensure that you don't get hurt. Nah, don't be afraid of meeting people, man. Meet them. People don't hurt you just on purpose, man. They look at your attitude. Anytime I travel outside the United States, man, I just walk in the streets. I want to go to the ghetto. Nobody touch you. Everybody knows you are a different person. But once they know you're comfortable with them, you respect their livelihood, nobody touches you. Just go hug the kids, man. Just communicate with people everywhere. Don't be afraid of people. Be afraid of yourself. Be afraid of your mind. Your mind is your worst enemy, okay? It brings ideas, all these complications, okay? It refuses you to make you live your life halfway. Denies you living your life fully. That's what I'm trying to tell you, to live your life fully, without prejudice, without fear. Don't be afraid. Be yourself. Don't entertain ideas that come from the external to hinder you, okay? Look at yourself and decide what you want to be. Be free. Be free from your inhibition, your fear, your conditioned mind, okay? Because people are beautiful. Stop irrational beliefs. Like for the Eritreans are, irrational beliefs, you know, like God, the Ethiopians are going to take us over. No, Eritrean nationhood is always, no, stop it. Be confident. Do the right thing and be confident, okay? People are like this, if we do this, a white man would do this. No, be alert. Be alert. Most of all, remember that there is a mind, there is a body. They call it body-mind. Body-mind, okay, together produce ordinary consciousness. But those three are dying. Consciousness dies when the body dies. The mind dies completely when the body dies. Therefore, these are temporary, transient elements of your existence. Life is about what you are, the fourth dimension, which is a spirit. They call it pure consciousness. Okay? You're a witness. Just witness what happens in the existence, actually, between the mind and consciousness in the body. Just witness without personalizing it. That way, I do believe you can free yourself from your illusions, okay? There are other subjects I would like to discuss, of course. Okay, no, I will stop right here and I'll come back. Coming back is going to be the second session. Okay, how to relax and be yourself. How to liberate yourself from the agony of your mind, from your ego. Liberation is not from an enemy, an external enemy, from yourself, from your mind, from your misunderstanding of life. How do you liberate yourself from your ignorance? Who are you? Who makes you a liberator if you're not liberated? Are you liberated? Are you free from your own self? That's what we're going to discuss next. Have a great time. My life is simple, don't complicate it. Life is peaceful. Stay in the middle, man. Stay in the middle. Stay at the center. At the center. That's where you're gonna keep it right.